Hello everyone and welcome to a replay game from me. I know, for once in my life I'm actually doing a replay rather than just sending a pre-recorded video. So this is me in the Type-90. Unfortunately the Type-90 is not a Slavic approved tank, but it can squat, and it is, so far as we know, the best squatting tank in Armoured Warfare. In fact, I think this tank can squat better than I can, and that's quite an achievement. So, we are on Chemical Plant. I'm in a platoon with two of my subscribers, Roy Mercury, aka Kuru, and Ronita, who I used to play company battles in Model Tanks with. The Type-90 is, in my opinion, better than the Leopard 2. While the Leopard 2 has a superior gun and better heat protection, the Type-90 has better mobility and better armor versus AP rounds, to the point of which if you're coming up against one of these in a Merkava 2D, you're better off firing your missiles at it than your AP rounds. It is functionally invulnerable to most 105mm guns in the game, and only the 120/125s on tier 7 actually have a chance of going through this thing, with the Sabra being a good hard counter to it. As you can see, the squatting abilities here. Forwards, backwards. This does give the tank excellent gun depression, mind you. The gun elevation doesn't really matter that much. I mean, how many situations in Armoured Warfare are you actually going to be using that? And to be honest, the actual squat, so where the tank goes fully downwards, I don't really see that being as particularly useful either, simply because it has beak armor like the Leopard 2, which, with this part here, any enemies with a high elevation against you can actually go through your beak, so not a particularly good idea. There's me. I'm trying to be on this side here. We have more Type-90s than the enemy team does. They have a platoon of mercs. But overall, I think we kind of have the stronger team here. Apart from the Rosemak at tier 7, we have a Charlie, which is solid. They don't. We have 3 Type-90s. We have an Evo, which is probably better than the Merc 3 Baz. And we have a Striker, which, in an extended engagement, is better than the MS-10 RCR. So anyway, I'm going to use it to the test here. I'd like you to see. Watch these firing angles I can get on these guys. Now imagine, what angle would most MBTs in the game have to go to actually be able to shoot me? You see? I'm squatting as it is. Does it work? Just take my mini-map off a bit. Okay, and now I'm going to start shooting at that Abrams, who is horribly out of position. I'm not sure if he was originally sniping or if he just logged in, but this is a fantastic and possibly the best kill sniper MBT in the game, simply because of its ability to give itself monstrous gun depression. The turret ring itself, while being kind of weak, is also very well hidden, and the lower plate, the upper lower plate, and the middle lower plate are also very, very well done as well. As you can see here, I can also punish these Merkavas. In any other MBT, I might have to go a little bit forward, I might have to expose my lower plate or more of my tank, but as you can see here, I can punish these guys with absolute opportunity? I don't know. Anyway, we can go for the majority of people here. The turret itself isn't really that well armored. That AMX, I'm unsure where he's actually shooting at me, because he should have a good shot on me, but I think he's just keeping me perma-tracked. Which at this point I don't really particularly care, because I have a very I have a very fast repair time. And that enemy team, they never really push through there. As you can really see, they're kind of just sitting there, which, considering the majority of our team layout, which they probably know at this point, and Magak and the Centauro 105 isn't really going to stop them, to be honest. So I feel like the enemy team really screwed up when they weren't really being that aggressive. Could I have done this in any other tier 7 MBT? A flat out no, really. A Leopard or a Sabra maybe, but neither of them have the mobility or the gun depression to get down here. As you can see here, we can actually start punishing their Type-90. I'm getting shot at by their T-90 over there. There's too many 90s in the game, to be honest. And the penetration and the fact that the T-90's hull armor is basically perpendicular to my gun means I can basically go straight through his hull. And as you can see here, we basically saved the life of that Type-90 by being down there, because otherwise they would have rushed, and that guy probably wouldn't have had such an amazing game, to be honest. For now, the objective is to just keep putting pressure down on those guys. I don't really need to squat. That's it. I'm calling it now. It's not even hydromatic suspension. It's fucking squatting. Damn it. But yeah, we can punish these guys as much as we want. A little bit of a screw up by me down there. I can't really go through that Sabra's upper plate armor, but it doesn't really matter. We basically got these guys on the run. This is what happens in Armored Warfare a lot, kind of like what happens in MechWarrior. Once one team gets an advantage, it's very difficult to pull that victory back. So their Amex RCR, I think he didn't really have such a good game. Maybe he should have been like up there or something, because being down there only meant he really had a firing rate down here, and maybe he would have been able to kill that Type-90. On the other side of their team, I'm not really sure what happened over there. Then again, they had 4 more MBTs over here than they did over there, so the lack of being aggressive and the fact they allowed us to do this really made it, they screwed up. They only really needed 1 tank up there, and the rest could have just piled through and just gone up to support, but oh well, shit happens. See if I can get good shots on these guys. Oh, hi T90. This thing's aim time is also very good as well as the mobility and stuff, which you can see how fast this thing accelerates. And now I'm going to go for this RCR. So, I'm going to load heat rounds, I think. I'm not sure. Hopefully AW will allow us to start viewing this stuff. And now for the first time, I'm actually going to use the squat. As you can see here. And a nice little round to finish off the game with 6,668 damage done, as the game says. We'll have a look at the post-game stats after this. But overall, if you can get your hands on this thing, it's definitely worth it. It's a fun tank in just about any game mode. You know, in your new real game mode, PvP and PvE and Glops, which I don't really talk about much because I don't really like Glops. But if you can, grab one. Let's have a look at the and now let's have a look at the post-game stats. That stream on Friday did actually really lower my win rate, which I'm not that happy about. Let's see. Game in chemical plant. There we go. So we ended up doing 7,229 damage. I imagine I probably managed to get a shot off at somebody. Probably an extra shot on that RCR actually. As you can see here, that Type-90 saved his ass, so he could have done a lot more damage. You're welcome there. No, he had a really good game. Their Merkava Fleet also had a good game as well, but unfortunately it wasn't enough. And their Type-90 also, yeah, all the Type-90s here except for that guy probably had like a really good game. So 783,000 credits. Base without premium about 500,000. But overall probably about 450, considering I usually do use quite a lot, and I was using Cortez to be able to do this. I mitigated 6,815 damage, which as you can see here is actually genuinely quite easy to do in the Type-90. Most people usually just shoot at the lower plate without thinking where to actually hit it. And this is a vehicle which people will eventually be able to learn their weak spots. So as you can see here, it's actually facing flat on. The middle lower plate which you're supposed to shoot at goes to about 600, and of course if it's basically going to be above you, then it can get really bad. But for the most part, if you can shoot the turret ring, I would do. There is of course some very weak parts on there, and of course if you get above one, it has the same leopard's weakness, although it is still relatively strong. And as well as the fact the turret doesn't really seem to be that particularly thick either. How much thick is it? About 57, 58. Okay, and of course the turret is, well, it's a standard turret. Although I wasn't really expecting it to be in the 400s, but oh well. And of course the sides are, well, they're side armor. So, anyway, as you can see there, the AMX, not really sure where he was shooting. He should have been able to. Let's have a look at the AMX's penetration. Yeah, about 600. Could have done, maybe. Not sure. Anyway, for now, I hope you enjoyed the game, guys, and I would definitely recommend this tank, the Type-90, as a premium vehicle and definitely a collector's item, and there's also a fun vehicle for you. So take care and see you all next time. Bye!